Hello, and welcome to my channel. In today's video, I will be breaking down 6 powerful shifts I made in my online journey, what I stopped doing, why it was holding my income back, and how removing this one habit completely changed my results and increased my earnings. If you are coming across my video for the first time, do well to subscribe and click on the notification icon so that you will be notified whenever I share a new video. In this channel, I release regular updates and tips on how to make money online and become more effective on online platforms. Now let's get into the topic in more detail. A few years ago, my income looked unpredictable. Some months were exciting. I felt like I had finally figured it out. Other months were discouraging. I questioned whether making consistent money online was even realistic for me. The confusing part was this: I was working hard. I was putting in long hours. I was watching tutorials, testing ideas, signing up for platforms, networking, and constantly trying to improve. From the outside, it looked like I was doing everything right. But internally, I felt scattered. Every day, I woke up with urgency, but no clarity. I would check notifications first thing in the morning. I would scroll through content on YouTube and see titles promising fast results. Then I would open Instagram and see someone announcing a massive income milestone. Later, I would scroll through TikTok and hear about a brand new business model that was supposedly blowing up. And every time I saw something new, I felt the same emotion. Maybe this is what I'm missing. So I kept adjusting. I kept pivoting. I kept adding more. What I didn't realize at the time was that my problem wasn't effort. It wasn't intelligence. It wasn't lack of opportunity. It was that I was doing too many of the wrong things. And the real shift happened not when I discovered a secret strategy, but when I made a decision to stop certain habits that were silently sabotaging my growth. In this video, I'm going to walk you through exactly what I stopped doing and why those changes caused my income to increase. Not overnight, not magically, but steadily and sustainably. If you're currently working hard but not seeing the financial growth you expect, this might completely change how you approach your online income journey. Let's break it down. 1. I stopped chasing every new opportunity. There was a season when I believed that opportunity was everywhere and that I needed to grab all of it. Every time a new side hustle emerged, I felt pressure to try it. Affiliate marketing 1 month, freelancing the next, dropshipping after that, digital products, coaching, automation tools, crypto trends, AI tools. Each idea seemed promising. Each one had testimonials. Each one had someone claiming incredible results. But here's what my days actually looked like. I would start something new with excitement, spend a few weeks learning and setting things up, then get distracted by another, better opportunity before the first one had time to mature. I wasn't building. I was experimenting endlessly. Income does not grow from scattered effort. It grows from compounding focus. When you stick with one primary path long enough, something powerful happens. Your skills sharpen. Your understanding deepens. You begin to see patterns others miss. You build authority. You develop systems. But none of that happens if you constantly reset your progress. The turning point came when I chose one main income stream and committed to it for the long term. I stopped asking, "What's new?" and started asking, "How can I get better at this?" Within months, my results became more predictable. My efficiency improved. My confidence grew. And most importantly, my income began to rise steadily instead of fluctuating wildly. The lesson here is simple but uncomfortable. Distraction disguised as opportunity is still distraction. 2. I stopped undervaluing myself. In the beginning, I said yes to almost everything. Low-paying projects, clients who negotiated aggressively, offers that required far more time than they were worth. I justified it by telling myself I needed experience. I told myself it was better than earning nothing. And in some ways, that was true at the start. But eventually, underpricing became a habit. And here's the hidden danger of that habit. When you consistently accept less than your value, you shape your entire business around low returns. You fill your schedule with work that exhausts you but doesn't move your income forward in a meaningful way. I remember looking at my calendar one week and realizing I was fully booked, yet my bank account didn't reflect the effort I was putting in. That was a wake-up call. So I made a difficult decision. I raised my rates. I lost a few clients immediately. That was uncomfortable. But what surprised me was what happened next. Higher quality clients replaced them. Clients who respected my time. Clients who paid on time. Clients who valued results instead of arguing over price. By charging more, I was forced to improve my quality. I became more strategic, more intentional, more results focused. And because I was earning more per project, I didn't need as many projects to meet my goals. My income increased not because I worked more hours, but because each hour became more valuable. 3. I stopped multitasking and started focusing deeply. There was a time when I believed productivity meant juggling everything at once. I would edit while checking messages. I would research while watching videos. I would jump between tabs constantly. It felt busy. It felt productive. But my output told a different story. Tasks took longer than necessary. Mistakes were frequent. My energy drained quickly. And by the end of the day, I felt tired without feeling accomplished. I realized that my brain was constantly switching contexts. Every notification, every scroll, every tab change was fragmenting my focus. So I experimented with something simple: deep work sessions. For 60 to 90 minutes, I focused on one task. No phone, no social media, no switching. Just one clear objective. The difference was dramatic. Work that used to take 4 hours took 2. The quality improved. My thinking became clearer. I started producing at a higher standard. And higher quality output attracts higher paying opportunities. When your work improves, your reputation improves. When your reputation improves, your earning potential expands. Focus is not just a productivity tool. It's an income multiplier. 4. I stopped consuming more than I produced. This was one of the hardest habits to break. Learning feels safe. Watching tutorials feels productive. Planning feels responsible. But none of those activities generate income on their own. I spent months absorbing information, business strategies, marketing tips, productivity hacks. I convinced myself I was preparing. In reality, I was postponing execution. The breakthrough came when I shifted my ratio. Instead of spending most of my time consuming content, I committed to producing more than I consumed. If I learned something, I applied it immediately. If I had an idea, I tested it quickly. If I wanted to start something, I launched before I felt fully ready. Production creates feedback. Feedback creates improvement. Improvement increases income. When I began publishing consistently, delivering consistently, and selling consistently, I stopped waiting for perfect conditions. Income does not reward preparation alone. It rewards action. 5. I stopped trying to please everyone. In the early days, I wanted everyone to like my content, my services, my offers. I tried to speak to beginners and experts at the same time. I tried to create something for everyone. The result? My message was diluted. When your message is unclear, your value becomes unclear. And when your value is unclear, people hesitate to pay. So I narrowed my focus. I defined exactly who I wanted to help and what specific problem I wanted to solve. At first, it felt limiting, but it was actually liberating. My content became sharper. My marketing became clearer. My audience became more engaged. And my conversions increased because people finally understood exactly how I could help them. Specificity builds trust, and trust drives income. 6. I stopped relying on motivation and built systems instead. There was a period when my productivity depended entirely on how I felt. If I felt inspired, I worked intensely. If I didn't, I procrastinated. That inconsistency showed up in my earnings. So I stopped waiting to feel motivated and started building structure. I created a weekly content schedule. I blocked time for client outreach. I scheduled review sessions to evaluate performance. I tracked my metrics consistently. At first, it felt rigid, but soon, it became freeing. When systems guide your actions, you don't waste energy deciding what to do each day. You simply execute. And consistency compounds. Income loves predictability. When your effort becomes consistent, your results follow. As we wrap up, I want you to think about this. My income did not increase because I discovered a hidden secret or some exclusive opportunity. It increased because I became more intentional. I stopped scattering my energy and started directing it. For a long time, I believed growth meant adding more platforms, more ideas, more projects. But the real shift happened when I started subtracting. When I removed distractions, I gained focus. When I stopped underpricing myself, I created room for higher value. When I stopped relying on motivation, I built consistency. And consistency is what compounds. The truth is that income often reflects structure. It reflects clarity. It reflects how disciplined you are with your time and attention. Once I cleaned up my habits, my results began to align with my effort. So instead of asking, what else can I start? Maybe ask, what should I stop? Because sometimes the breakthrough you're looking for isn't in doing more. It's in finally committing to less, but better. I hope this gave you a new perspective on what it really takes to increase your income online. Sometimes the biggest breakthroughs don't come from learning something new. They come from letting go of what's been holding you back. If this message resonated with you, take a moment to reflect on one habit you need to stop starting today. Small changes, applied consistently, can completely transform your financial journey over time. If you found value in this video, feel free to like, share, and drop your thoughts in the comment section. I'd love to hear what you're deciding to stop so you can level up your income. Thank you so much for watching, and see you in the next video.